Hello, my name is Sandy Sada, and I'm a counselor at San Diego City College General Counseling Department. In this portion of the orientation, I will be going over your math, English, and ELAC milestones. Hello, my name is Sandy Sada, and I'm a counselor in General Counseling at San Diego City College. In this portion of the PowerPoint, hello, my name is Sandy Sada, and I'm a counselor from General Counseling at San Diego City College. For this portion of your orientation, I will be going over your math, English, and ELAC milestones. Right over here, I'm going to go over your English placement. You could view your English placement on your campus solution or in your email. So if you scored an R30 and a W30, so 30-30, you're eligible to enroll in English 101X, which is grammar course with the support, which is the X course, or English 105X, it's literature English with support. Or if you feel like you need to brush up on your English skills for your grammar, verbs, and all that, you could enroll in English 47A. If you scored an R40 and a W40, you are eligible to enroll in English 101X or English 105X, or go straight into degree applicable and transferable courses of English 101 or English 105. And if you feel like you need to, go back and just kind of, go back to your English skills, your grammar, you still have an option of enrolling in English 47A, which is not degree applicable or transferable, but it's a very helpful course. If you scored an R50 and a W50, you are eligible to take degree applicable and transferable courses of English 101 or English 105. If you feel like you need longer time in class, more time with an instructor, you could take it with the X courses, or go back to English 47A if you feel like you need to kind of go back and improve your English skills. If English is your second language and you did not receive an English score or a writing score, so no W and no R scores, but you did receive an L score, which is English language acquisition score, you are eligible to enroll in the following courses depending on what level you assessed into. So if your level is L19, which is the first level, you're eligible to take ELAC 15 with an option of ELAC 16, which is also a support course that you could take if you would like. Or if you scored L20, you're eligible to take ELAC 23 with a 25, or you could do ELAC 23, 25 plus supportive course of 26. If you scored L30, you're eligible to enroll in ELAC 33 with ELAC 35. And if you scored L40, you're eligible to enroll in ELAC 145, which is also degree applicable and transferable. Here's another way that we could review your ELAC placement. So if you scored L19, you're eligible to take ELAC 15, which is 9 units, with an option of a 2-unit class for ELAC 16. If you scored L20, you're eligible to take ELAC 23 with 25. They have to be taken together, 12 units, with an option of a supportive course of ELAC 26. If you scored L30, you're eligible to take ELAC 33 and ELAC 35, totaling on 9 units. And then once you complete that, then you could go into 145. And again, if you scored L40, you're eligible to take ELAC 145. After completing ELAC 145, that's where you go into English 101 or 105 or 101X or 105X. Okay, so the choice is yours of what pathway you want to take and what you feel like you're ready to take for English, as well as the English language acquisition courses. And finally, this is your math pathway. Again, in your campus solutions or your email, you're going to have scores for where it says M, 30, 40, or 50. Okay, depending on your score, it's going to list what classes you're eligible to take. Okay, so for example, if you scored an M30, you're eligible to take all one of these following classes. Okay, but again, it depends on your major. So let's say I want to get an associate's degree in child development. I could take Math 57A. Okay, it's going to meet math competency. I could take Math 59, Math 96, or 119X, which is statistics, or college algebra of math 116X. Depends what you feel comfortable doing. Okay, but these are your options if you scored an M30. If you scored an M40, you're eligible to take all these transferable courses. And if you feel like you need some refresher courses, you could go back to M30 courses and take, let's say, elementary algebra math 46 before going into math 119. If you scored an M50, this is where you're eligible to take higher level math such as math 104. You could do math 119, math 118, and everything here really depends on your major. So math is very major specific. Right over here, I'm going to go over the comprehensive chart for the math pathways. As you can see, there's different pathways that you could go into. And as you can see, you have so many options, okay? And all these options, it's major specific. So if you're thinking about going into, let's say, specific major to San Diego State that does not require any math, you could go into the Statway pathway, which is Math 57A with Math 115, or you have an option of doing Math 59 and 109, or going straight into statistics, Math 119X, as well as Math 116X. So again, you have a lot of options. If you're thinking of engineering or biology for a UC system or computer science, the pathway that you would go into is Math 104, 141, 150, 151, and so on, correct? If depending on your placement, if you didn't score M50 but you're an engineering major, you have options of taking Math 15A, B, C, or F, take 1 unit each, taking a challenge exam to the math department, and try to test into Math 104. If you feel that you're ready for pre-calculus and you scored lower than an M50, you could take Math 15E, 1 unit trigonometry refresher, do a challenge exam through the math department, and you could obtain that petition through the records office, and then challenge it, go to the math department, and you could go into Math 141, pre-calculus, and then go on with your major classes. If you're thinking about a business major, you would go into Math 116 or 116X, then go into Math 121 in addition to Math 119 that's needed for your major. If you're thinking about elementary teacher education, that's your goal, you always want to be a teacher, you could go into Math 210A, 210B, and 212. But again, it depends on your placement. If you scored an M30 and you're elementary school major, you could not enroll in Math 210A, right? Because you're an M30. You would have to go back, enroll in Math 96X or 96, take that course, then go into Math 210A, and then go into 210B and 212. In this chart, math is described by discipline and your career goal. So for example, if your goal was to become a preschool teacher and all you wanted was to enroll in a math that's required for your associate's degree, right? You have an option of enrolling in any of these math classes, Math 59, 96, 96X, 57A, or any other math like a transferable level math, okay? So that's the top portion is only needed if you're only thinking about an associate's degree and you're like, I never want to transfer, right? Even though you could take classes to transfer after that and you could take those additional math courses as needed for that specific major. The bottom here is if you're humanities and social and behavioral science discipline major, then you have options of taking any of these math classes. And again, it's very specific to your major. And here we have listed the Statway pathway and math exploration pathway if you're kind of need more confidence in math, more, hands-on learning with math, probably the math exploration would be a good option as well. If you're thinking a biology major, you're like, I want to go to do biology, I want to transfer to a California State University, you have option of 2 different pathways. For California State University, a lot of them do accept the Math 116 or 116X pathway. Then you go into Math 121 and then 122, which is Calculus 1 and 2. Or you have an option of doing Math 96, 96X with Math 104, 41, Math 150, and of course Math 151 if you're a biology major. Again, it depends on your score. If you scored an M30, 40, you have to kind of look at that. Okay, so it's very major specific, it's very university specific, as well as it depends on your placement scores. More disciplines that describe your pathway. Let's say you're a business major, you have options, right? depending on your score. Let's say you scored an M40 and you're a business major. You would take Math 96 or 96X with the support that's longer time in class with an instructor, right? Then you could go into math after completing 96X, then you go into math 116, 121, and then 119, right? You have options. Let's say you scored an M30 and you're like, I don't think I could go above intermediate algebra. Then you could go into math 116X, correct? Then after you complete that, you could go math 121 and then math 119. And all three of those classes are needed for majority of the business majors. If you're elementary education major, right, you want to be elementary school teacher, you have options. And again, it's based on your placement scores, M30 or M40 or M50. So let's say you scored lower than M50, you scored an M30. Then you would do Math 96 or 96X. Then you would enroll in Math 210A, and you could take it with Math 212. It's a 1-unit class that's needed for the major. And then you go into Math 210B. If you're a science, technology, engineering, math, STEM major, this is the pathway that you're going to go into. Okay, and keep in mind that you could always challenge to go into pre-calculus or trigonometry, which is Math 104 or Math 141. If you have any specific questions regarding which math to enroll in first, make sure to consult with a counselor first because we are here to help you to pick the right class that's needed for your career or major or personal goal.